Postures were a good deal worse when the third grade reconvened after lunch. "Well, you've put in an industrious week, I dare say," Miss Orville commented. She opened the frayed volume of Treasure Island which she had brought from home and turned the pages carefully to Chapter 1. "I assume the class is familiar with the tale of young Jim Hawkins, Long John Silver, and the other wonderful characters?" "No, I ain't," said Tommy Miller. "Ain't? What word is that?" "It's the word ain't," answered Tommy. "Ain't," somebody jeered. Miss Orville lowered the frayed volume. "No, children, you mustn't do this," she said with force. "To attend school is a privilege you must not mock. Can you guess how many thousands of children in the world are denied the gift of schooling?" Her lips quavered. "It is a priceless gift. You cannot permit yourself to squander a moment of it." She rose from her desk and looked down at the rows of boys and girls. "It isn't enough any longer to accept a gift and make no return for it. Not in the world, with the world in the shape it's in," she said, spectacles trembling on her bony nose. "The world isn't a playbox," she said. "If I have been severe with you this past week, it was for your benefit. The world needs good citizens. If I have helped one of you to grow a fraction of an inch, if just one of you—" She stopped speaking. Her voice faltered. The words dammed up. She was staring at the plant on the windowsill, which she had not noticed before. The stalks twisted up bare and naked, where the leaves had been torn off. "You see," Miss Orville said after a moment, going slowly to the windowsill. "You see what I am talking about. To be truly educated is to be civilized. Here you may observe the opposite." Her fingers reached out to the bare stalks. "Violence and destruction." She turned and faced the class, and behind the spectacles her eyes were dim and faded. "Whoever is responsible, I beg of you only to be sorry," she said. When she returned to her desk, her back was straighter than ever, but it seemed to take her longer to cover the distance. At the close of class that afternoon, there was no forming of lines. Miss Orville merely dismissed the boys and girls and did not leave her desk. The children ran out, some in regret, some silent, others cheerful and scampering. Only Roger Clark stayed behind. He stood at the windows, plucking at the naked plant on the sill. Miss Orville was emptying the desk of her possessions, books, pads, a folder of maps. "These are yours, I believe," she said to Roger. In her hands were the water pistol, the baseball cards, the spool of string. "Here, take them," she said. Roger went to the desk. He stuffed the toys in his coat pocket without paying attention to them. He stood at the desk, rubbing his hand up and down his coat. "Yes?" Miss Orville asked. Roger stood back, hands at his side, and lifted his head erectly. "Flower," he spelled. Flower. He squared his shoulders and looked at Miss Orville's brimming eyes. "Castle," Roger spelled. Castle. Then he walked from the room.